All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome, one and all. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot state of Texas. We want to welcome Terry. Terry first, number one, to the stream. Welcome, Terry. Welcome to the stream. All right, Terry, let us know what's been going on in your world. You know how we do this thing here on the stream. Terry says, "Hey, Rome, I made leftover pizza and some nachos." Ooh, righty then. Do you have a drone? I'm asking for a friend. Do you have a drone? Could you send little, just a little bit over this way? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. But anyway, I have no idea what I'm making for dinner tonight. But yeah, it's probably going to be something quick like most nights. Y'all know how we do. All right, guys, welcome to the stream. Let me check all the different platforms, make sure that we are cooking with gas on all the different platforms. All right, I can see that we are live over on Facebook. We are live on what looks to be on TikTok. Let me check. Where is TikTok? There's TikTok. Yes, we are live over on TikTok, and we are live on YouTube as well. All right, so let me check one more place just to make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. Yes, there we go. All right, guys, so feel free to drop your comments on whichever platform you're on. I need to actually fix one of the chat bubbles. So if you guys have access to Facebook, over to YouTube, go ahead and send me a message over on YouTube so that way I can see where the chat bubbles are popping up, and then I can go over and fix those. Okay, I see it right now. It's a little low. So let me check. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's unlock that. Let's move that up just a tad bit, right about there and over, so they all kind of line up together. And let's see if we can make that just a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so our other little comments will pop up right there. That's a good place for it. All right, that works. Oops, I turned it off. My bad. All right, guys, in tonight's stream, we're going to be doing some laser engraving using our X-Tool M1 laser. Let's see if my phone is going to cooperate with us tonight. Of course it's not. Let me see if I can get this phone to wake up. All right, so as soon as this phone wakes up, I'll show you guys what we're about to do here. There it goes. It's about to wake up because Smokey is pacing. All right, guys, so tonight we're going to be working here with the M1 Ultra, this laser that you guys see here. Now, this is a 4-in-1 laser, guys. It's going to come with your print module, your pen module, a set of pins. It also comes with a 10 or 20 watt laser module, as well as a cutting module for things like vinyl or plastics or stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and line this up. We're going to be doing some metal tonight. So let me see if I can get this. Oh, come on now. Work with me. Work with me. Nope, wrong way. Go the other way. There you go. All right. So we're going to be doing an engraving on a piece of metal, a metal card. You guys should be able to see that down there in the on the laser bed. So what are we going to be making? We're actually going to be making something for a friend of mine. So let me show you guys what we are going to be making. Now I'm going to let you guys make a quick little choice of which of these items I'm going to engrave onto this metal card. So we have 3 items to check from. Let's go over here to our desktop here real quick. Let me show you guys what we got. So that is number 1 that you guys see right here. So this is the first one. All of them are going to be elephants. I'll tell you guys that up front. So this is the first one. We have this elephant here, and let me drag in the other ones here real quick so I can show them to you guys, and you will get to choose. You will get to choose which of these elephants we go ahead and engrave tonight. All right, so here is the second one. Ooh, that's big. All right. All right, let's move this one down a little bit, and that would be number 2. And now we need to bring in number 3. Where did number 3 get off to? All right, so there is number 3. And that one is huge as well. Okay, so those are our 3 choices. So give me a second to line these up here, and then I will let you guys make a choice on these. All right, so let me close a couple of things. All right, so let's zoom in on these a little bit so you guys can see them a little bit better. So we're going to start with the green one here in this section here. So we're going to call this one number 1. This is number 2, and this is number 3. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. So you guys get to choose which of these we're going to work with. So leave your comments down on whichever platform you're on. I'll try to check all of those. But while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and set up our metal. So we'll be ready to engrave. I think. What is that? What is that? I may have to add. Let me see if I can go in here and add another material. So I need metal. That is not metal, not metal. That is acrylic. That's also acrylic. Let's keep going. This is all acrylic. We're looking for metal. That is wood. I don't know what that is. Some kind of patch. Okay. Let's keep going. I should be able to just search for it, but I never had luck with just searching for it. So we're just going to keep looking and see if I can find it. If not, I'm going to go back to the top and see if we can. Okay, here it is. This is our black sprayed stainless steel. That's what we're looking for. This guy right here. All right, so that's what we're going to bring in, and that's for our M1 Ultra. And nope, we don't need that. Where did it go? Where did it go? Did I not select it? Okay, if that's the one we want. It doesn't want to work for me tonight, guys. Let's see here. Let's do... Yeah, that's the M1 Ultra. And we're going to do the 10 watt. And... Yep, scoring, yes, yes, yes. And add. Okay, there we go. Now let's see, did it add it? I don't see it. Could it be at the top? There it is. All right, that's the material we're gonna go with. Okay. So we are good to go on the material. Terry says number 2, so we're choosing number 2. What about number 3, Terry? You don't like number 3? Come on, come on. Think about it for a second. Let me know. Let me know. I'm open-minded. Okay, so first things first, we need to set up our work area. So I'm gonna push these guys off to the side here temporarily, and then we'll come back to those. And let's set our work path up first, and then we'll figure out what's going to work the best for us. All right, so let's go up here real quick and let's start marking this off. And let me switch back over to the phone. Hopefully the phone will keep up with us tonight. And of course it is off, so let me tap on it, see if I can get it to wake up. There we go, it's waking up. There we go, almost, it's coming, it's coming. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and line this guy up. Move this forward right about there, and that's going to be our first point. Then we're going to move it to our second position, which is way down here, right about there. There's our second point. And now let's move it back so we can get a good measurement of thickness. And let's go ahead and hit complete. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but we got about an hour or so, so we should be good to go. All right, let's go ahead and do that. There's our work area. That's what we're going to be working in right there. And let's also measure the thickness. Let's see what we got. All right, so that's coming back at 17.1. 17.1. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, 17.1. All right, so we chose our material, and our power is at 25%, and our speed is at 30. Wow, that's different. I don't know what to think about that. So let me grab one of these. Terry said number 2. So I guess we're going to be going with number 2 because no one else has voted. So let's just go ahead and get rid of these other terrible Tantors. And let's line this guy up. See how well we can line that up with our work area. It might go over. All righty then. Look at that, Terry. Look at that. Perfect. What'd you think about that, Terry? It is perfect. Perfect. That is crazy. All right, so let me let's check our speed. Let's check our power. Now, if this does not, engrave the way we wanted to in the beginning, we can always run it a second time. But I'm going to go in here to adjustments, and I'm going to do an invert on this because we're going to be engraving this on black. And there we go. And we have a power of 25. I'm going to bring that power up a little bit, though. I'm going to bring the power up to about 50. And then our speed, let's bring that up to maybe about close to 50. Well, yeah, 60. Because, yeah, that should be good. For the metal, no, maybe bring it back. Let's bring it back. Bring it back to 31. Okay, so this is ready to go. Let's go ahead and frame it up. Let's see where everything's going to fall. So let me switch back over here so you guys can see. Let me hit our framing button. I got way too many things too close up right here. Hold on. Let me hit our framing again. Oh, it's saying it's out of the border. So let's bring it in a little bit. Okay. There we go. All right, let's try the framing one more time. It's still saying it's out of the work area. All right, I'm going to bring it in a little bit more. See if we can center this like that. All right, let's see what we get now. See if it'll frame it. There we go. Let's go ahead and run that framing. All right. It is ready to rock and roll. It is ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and run this guy because we got a lot of things to talk about tonight. Now, if you guys are still curious about this laser, it is the M1 Ultra, guys. It's the M1 Ultra. It is currently $1799.99. And I already mentioned all of the different features that come with it. So we're going to go ahead and hit complete on our framing, and we're going to go ahead and hit start. So we're going to go ahead and start the process for this to engrave. And I'll tell you guys here in a second how long this is supposed to take as soon as I start it up. Ooh, that looks really dark. I don't know if that's going to be bright enough. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Goodness. I don't know about that. Wait. We got to go back and make some changes on the power because that is way too long. So we're going to bring the speed up. So let's bring that speed up to about 100, 113 or something, and then bring the power up higher than that so it will engrave deeper. So let's bring the power up to about 80% power and a speed of about 120. 1/22. That'll work. Okay. Let's go ahead and run it. We know the framing is good. And let's see how long this is supposed to take this time. Watch it say something crazy like 5 hours. All right, it says 38 minutes. I can work with that. Let's go ahead and hit start. And let's hit our power button. And let's start this guy off. Boom, there we go. All right. All right, guys, our engraving has started for tonight. So if you guys have any questions about this laser or any of the other lasers that I have in the studio, feel free to drop it down in the comments. But Terry, do I have a treat for you? Do I have a treat for you, Terry? So I know you and quite a few others, Evans and others, have always wanted a laser. You always wanted to be able to do some of the things you guys see me do here on the stream. And I get it. A lot of these lasers are, you know, they're up there in the price range, you know, so you got to save a little bit to get one of these. But I think I might have found the perfect solution for a lot of people, guys. Now, this laser that I'm about to show you guys was just recently sent out to me. Let me make some room over here and turn some lights on back here. All right, let me turn the light on back there on the back desk. All right, here we go. Let me move a few things around. Let me move a few things around. All right, so what is going on? Why is there such a delay? I see a huge delay. But anyway, that's okay. Let's get right to it. Let me switch over back to our phone camera. And check this out. Check this out, Terry. This is a new laser from our friends over at Lunger. This is a 2.5 watt laser. Now, this is probably one of the smallest lasers I have ever seen. I mean, if you compare this to this laser right here, or maybe this laser back here that you might be able to still see, look at how tiny this thing is. This is going to be perfect for somebody who's just starting out that wants to be able to do some laser engraving and stuff like that on different materials. Now, will this cut metal or do some of the other stuff that you guys have seen me do? No, unfortunately not. I don't think that's going to be the case. But I'm going to bring it over here to the desk so we can do a top-down view of it so you guys can get a better look at it. Let me clear up a little bit of space here on the desk and bring this over. Is it plugged in? Let's make sure it's not plugged in. Yeah, it is plugged in. So let me unplug it and just grab it. All right, let's bring it over to the desk. Hold on. All right, let's go to our top-down view here real quick. So Terry, check this out. Look at how small this laser is. This thing is tiny. It is tiny. Hold on. I got to give you a better look at it. Hold on. Check this out. This is how small this laser is, okay? Now, this is a traditional style laser. Now, of course, it's no heavy duty metals or anything. It's mostly plastic. Like I said, it does have a 2.5 or a 3.5 laser module that, you know, is available for it. But right now, guys, this is only $139. For this little guy right here, you have your power in the front. You have your connection right here for your USB-C. You also have your little power button. This thing even has an emergency stop button right here. So if something goes wrong, you just pop that little button down and it'll automatically stop the laser. Now it doesn't have, you know, some of the other features like, you know, the auto focusing and stuff like that. You will have to manually focus this, but if you wanted a laser that you'll be able to engrave on small things like coasters, acrylic, you know, maybe some metal business cards, something like that. You know, if you're starting up a little side hustle, yeah, I think this would be an excellent little mini laser. I'm looking at our engraving for tonight, and I am not very happy with it. It does not look like it's going to do what we want it to do. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that and see if we can figure out why it's not engraving properly. And it might be from the inversion, so we'll see. Maybe I didn't need to invert this. All right, let's put this laser back on deck, and let's go back and cancel our engraving. All right, where's my mouse? Where did my mouse go? All right, we're going to go ahead and cancel this engraving. Luckily, I have more than one piece of this metal. All right, let's get it out. Yep, that was not giving us what we were looking for. That was not giving us what we were looking for. I don't know why it was engraving like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it again, but I'm going to run a smaller version of it to see if it will engrave onto this metal. I've engraved on this metal before, and I didn't have a problem with it, but we're going to try it again. So let's do that. But this time, we're going to just run a smaller version of it. So let's hit complete. And then we're going to go back over to our desktop real quick here. But Terry, let me know what you think about that that little mini laser. Let me know what you think. All right, we should be able to just throw this anywhere. Let's just put it right here in the center. And I am going to revert it. So I'm going to turn off the invert. And let's see what happens, because, I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to look like that because there's so much gray up there, and I think that's what it is. Hold on, let me check something. Yep, I bet that's what it is. I bet that's what it is. It's because of all that gray is up there, and it's just blacking out that gray. So, we probably should have picked something different, but that's okay. We're going to run it. We're going to run a small version of it first just to see what it looks like, and then we'll come back. And if we like this, then we'll do it at full size. So we'll leave it inverted. And then let's go ahead and frame it up real quick. Let me hit the framing. Let me hit the framing button again. All right, this is just for a test. This is just for a test. So, looks like night vision. Yeah, Terry, but it has to be inverted if you're going to be engraving on something black. So that's just the way it goes over to the laser. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and run it just like we did before. So we're going to go run this one, but we're going to make a smaller version of it just to see what this looks like. And then if it comes out right, then we'll go ahead and run it at full size. I have more of the stainless steel, the black stainless steel, so we're good to go. All right. All right, let's switch over here real quick. All right, it says it's going to take 6 minutes. It's going to take 6 minutes to run this. All right, it's only going to take 6 minutes to run this, so we'll see how that goes. Now, I am extremely excited about that little mini laser, because I think it's going to be the perfect little tiny laser to take out with me, you know, sometimes, or maybe somebody else. Maybe I'll wind up gifting this to someone, you know, it's just getting started, just really interested in laser engraving and stuff like that. But yeah, let's go back over here real quick. So this guy right here, 2.5 watt laser. I was powering it earlier with one of these batteries. So both of these batteries, you guys know, are from Blue Yeti. I am a huge fan of these Blue Yeti batteries. You can get them on deal right now. This is exclusive prime pricing right now on these batteries. The top battery, which is the AC, I can never remember the name. It's the AC2A, which is this one right here, is only $149. It's only $149. It's going to give you AC and DC power delivery. You got your AC plug for this guy that you'll be able to charge this with. You can charge it with a solar panel. Nice, you know, screen on the front. It also has the cigarette lighter style plug for it as well. So all of these are going to be great for camping, you know, for I don't know, movie nights in the backyard, or to power some of your different devices. Like myself as a photographer, cinematographer, I need a battery to take with me sometimes on location that I can use to power and charge up some of my lighting equipment. So these really come in handy. Now the second battery here is also from Blue Yeti. It's a little bit more expensive, which is $189, but this one actually has the camping light. It has the Qi charger, wireless charging. You know, of course, it has the AC and DC power delivery as well. And as you guys can see, there are things plugged into both of these batteries. I use both of these batteries, guys, every single day. Every single day I use these batteries for something or another. And this is the area right over here where I do a lot of my review videos, my shoppable, you know, content and stuff like that. And yes, these batteries I use to power a lot of my different pieces of tech. And I'm thinking this is going to be perfect for taking this little laser out somewhere and, you know, doing some cool little laser engraving things. So Terry, tell me, what would you do? What would you do with a little laser like this? What would be the first project Terry would create with a little laser like this? Now, I'm already looking at Terry's choice, and I can tell you right now, this is not going to come out well. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to cancel because I can see it on the metal. It does not look like what I want. All right, let me grab it. All right, so let me see if I can show this to you, Terry. So yes, it was starting to print it, but I just don't like the way it looks. I think maybe I got the power settings wrong. So maybe it does need to print as slow as it said before. So let's try that. Let's see if we can slow it down, because it was like 30 and 20 or something like that when we first brought it in. So let's hit complete on this guy. Let's go back and bring the power all the way back down. So the power was down at 30, and I think the speed was somewhere around, you know, 20 something. I don't know if that's going to do a good job, but, you know, we'll test it. So we'll run this one more time, and if it comes out better, then we'll go ahead and run the full-size version of it. All right, so let me get this back up. I'll move this camera out of the way. And all right, let's move this guy over, maybe down here somewhere, so we'll have some room for it. And let's frame it up real quick. Okay, that's not a good spot. Let's try that again. All right, let's frame it up one more time. Let me switch it over here so you guys can see what's going on. All right. back up. There we go. Okay, so let's frame it up one more time. Yeah, that's close enough for a test. That's close enough for a test. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's run it and see what we get. And that's what really is annoying sometimes about these type of jobs, these type of projects, because you got to really put in some effort, guys. You know, a material test would have probably been the best solution for this. But of course, you know, I just came in and let you guys choose. We did no material test because I didn't want the stream to wind up being, you know, 4 hours long. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and run it. All right, let's see what this looks like now. So it's definitely going to take longer. It's definitely going to take longer. So right now, this is showing 24 minutes to completion. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so what do we have next? Next item in the carousel is one of the cameras that we just recently acquired from Ozbot is the Ozbot Tail 2, which is this guy right here. And this thing's got some weight to it, y'all. It's got a little bit of weight to it. So this is one of Ozbot's newest cameras. This is a PTZR camera. Now, what's cool about this is it has the upgraded connection points. Now you have your mic in, line in on this side. You have a full-size HDMI back here. You have, you know, your RS 232s on here for controlling this with like a PTZ controller with a little joystick. You also have your SDI connection on the back here. You have your Ethernet, so you can plug Ethernet right into this, and you can also get power over Ethernet, which is really nice. And then on the far side here, we have two USB-Cs. One is for power, one is for UVC. So if you want to connect this to a laptop or a PC or Mac or whatever the case it is. Now you can install an SD card directly into this guy, and you can take this out and record with it separately. There's a smartphone app for it as well. Now the R to this camera means that standard cameras like this, whenever you want to record something like for TikTok or Instagram, most people would mount the camera sideways like this so that they would be able to get that full 4K. But this one, you don't have to do that because it actually has a feature where the internal mechanisms of the lens can rotate, and then they will then accommodate for that, portrait orientation that you'd want, for a camera like this, which is an amazing feature. Now, some things I would have loved to have seen with this camera. One would have been a lens cap, so that you could easily put a little lens cap on there, but I'm pretty sure somebody's already come up with a 3D version, 3D printable version for it, and also a case for it, because these did not come with a case, where the smaller cameras like the Ozbot Tail Airs, that would be these little guys right here, they actually came with the case. So the bundle that I have listed in the carousel tonight, it is $549 for the Tail Air. Let me grab both of them so you guys can compare them, so you can see the size difference between the two cameras. Now they're basically the same when it comes to some features, because they are both PTZ cameras. They can both be controlled by the remote. You can actually, bundle it with the remote. This remote can control up to 3 cameras, 3 different presets. You got a nice little joystick on here. You have a laser pointer on here as well. And you have a telerocker where you can zoom in and zoom out. So that's really cool for this little camera as well. Now this one does come with the case. So I'm trying to keep my eye on the laser as well. But yeah, this one does come with a little travel case. And there are some other accessories in that bundle if you guys are interested in this. Now, I've used all of these cameras. I've used them connecting them directly to my Mac. I've used them also connecting them wirelessly to the Ozbot Talent. So you could use NDI, you could use SRT, you could use RTMP, or you can connect it with standard cables. Now, this one has a micro HDMI. It has a USB-C here on the back. And it also has a 3.5 you know, for connecting like a microphone that could be wireless or wired, like a little wired shotgun mic or something like that. You can plug directly into this guy. Now, the other camera that we looked at before actually does not have built-in microphones. This one actually does have built-in microphones, but if you know how I feel about that, I say go with a professional quality microphone over these little built-in small tiny microphones. They are great to have in a pinch if you have nothing else, but if you can afford it and you can accommodate it, I would say go with a better audio setup, whether it's wireless microphones or something like my setup here with the Rodecaster Pro 2 and this Rode Procaster microphone, and you can connect this directly to it. You know, I could literally take my 3.5 millimeter cable right here, and I could plug it right into this microphone and feed the audio from this mic directly into this camera if I was live streaming it or whatever. Either of the two cameras, I could do exactly the same thing. So definitely check this one out as well. It is $549, and that is with the remote, the case, and all the other stuff that I mentioned that you guys can get with this little guy. All right, so let's see what's going on. I don't know how much better that's going to be. We got about 19 minutes left to go, so we're going to let it run for a while, and then we'll see what it looks like. Because like I said, I did not do a material test, and I probably should have done a material test for these type of graphics. But then again, it could have a lot to do also with Terry's choice, because at the top up there, it is mostly gray. There's no sky or anything. There's no, you know, resolution. There's no contrast in the sky. So that can be an issue for a laser. I was talking to someone earlier about that, you know, when I was saying that a lot of the things that people might want to try to engrave may not come out the way they think it would, because the images don't have enough resolution. There's too small of a file. It could be any number of reasons, you know. So if you have Photoshop, I do recommend, you know, bringing the image into Photoshop and enhancing the image, adjusting the contrast, the saturation, all of that jazz, and then bring it into your laser software, your laser suite, and then you're going to get a much better imprint when you're laser engraving onto metal, glass, wood, whatever the case it is, because you're going to wind up with a higher resolution, you know, output. All right, guys, so the next item we have in the carousel, these cameras are getting smaller every time I pick up one, right? All right, so this little guy right here is the Osbot Tiny SE. Now, this is a 1080p camera. This is also a little PTZ camera, but where this one differs from the other two we looked at, there is no SD card. There is nothing else you can plug into this other than your standard USB-C. So you can actually plug this into your Mac, your PC. You can plug it into some tablets like the iPad. Some phones can probably support this as well. This is going to be a great little webcam, Zoom call. You know, if you're doing some, you know, anything like DIY stuff where you'd want the camera to be able to track you, this could be a win, guys. So definitely check this one out. Don't sleep on it. And this guy is only $84. $84 right now here on Amazon. That's a great deal. And let me show you in comparison, just so you got an idea of how much of a difference in size these cameras are. So this is the Tail 2, and this is the little tiny SE. Yeah, I'm telling you, these cameras are getting super small, but it does not mean that they don't produce high quality video, because even these little cameras like this and the one that I'm currently using right now, I'm telling you guys, don't think that size matters in this specific situation, because even these tiny little cameras can produce a very, very high quality image. All right, let's see what else we got. So let me grab one more camera. All right, so this camera right here is from Osbot. This is the Osbot. This is Osbot. This is the DJI Pocket 3. I don't know why I keep saying Osbot. I guess because I said so many Osbot cameras tonight. But anyway, this is the DJI Pocket 3, which is also a PTZ camera, but where this one differs, it actually has a built-in screen. All of them can do 4K up to 60 frames a second. This one in the bundle, it does come with a microphone, so you get a wireless microphone. This is the Mic 2 wireless microphone. The little clip on here is magnetic, and I have a little cage on here, Renee, that I can just pop this on like that when I'm not using it and store it. But you know, what's really cool about this, I use this camera literally every single day, guys. You know, for recording myself, doing talking head videos, doing product videos and stuff like that. So if you guys see all of the, you know, product videos, I do like 3, 4, 5 product videos a day. This is the camera right here combined with this microphone that I'm using almost every single day. Now, the bundle for this camera right now, if you guys want to click on it, check it out, is $979 for this guy with the bundle and the little case. It comes with a little hard shell case, comes with it as well. And, you know, it comes with a little tripod, and you'll also get an extended battery with this as well. And that's going to be $979. So definitely check that out. Renee says she loves this camera. Now, I don't care which camera you go with, guys. Audio is going to be premier. It's going to be one of the most important things you can have in your production. And these little portable microphones, before I got this camera and started using it on a regular basis, these microphones right here is what I was using every single day in conjunction with one of my iPhones, because that's what I was literally using, one of my iPhones, to, you know, create a lot of the shoppable videos. And let me show you these microphones real quick. Let me first turn this camera off, because you guys know I forget to turn stuff off all the time. All right. So let's go down here to the desk real quick, and let's take a closer look at these microphones, okay? So these are the AnchorWorks M650 wireless microphones. You get 2 omnidirectional mics. You get the receiver. It comes with an adapter. So you have an adapter for, you know, your Android phones and all of the newer iPhones, which are on USB-C. You also have an adapter for the older iPhones, which is your Lightnings, for like your iPhone 14 Pro Maxes and older. So any of those can work with these microphones, guys. You can also plug these directly into a device using the 3.5 right there, which is super cool. You can actually control the gain levels, noise reduction, all of that stuff right from the receiver. The microphones themselves do have internal storage, so you can actually record directly into these microphones. You could actually take one of these microphones out by itself, and if all you wanted to do was just record, you know, a session or something, or maybe you're doing a walk and talk or something like that, these are great microphones. And what I really like about them is they give you backup audio, because if you're recording to your camera, that's great, but just in case, you know, you'll have a backup audio recording directly onto these microphones as well. The little case itself is a battery powered supplying case. So this is how you can charge them. It's not the only way you can charge the microphones, but you can charge them directly from this case. Just drop them in there. And no, Renee, I did not charge the case. I know you sent me a message saying charge all my stuff. Well, this is one of the stuffs that did not get charged. So you see it only has one little light right there, okay? One light, that's it. That's all we got. So this has got to be charged again as well. But it's a really nice little case, guys. It's going to fit perfectly in like a camera bag, backpack, you know, Richard's big bell-bottom pants or whatever it is. So definitely check it out. Renee, let us know what you have been up to this fine day. Have you been doing some studying? Have you been doing some housework? Any of that kind of stuff, let us know. All right, I'm just checking on our elephant. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it just so we can take a look at it. So give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. I'm gonna go ahead and complete it because we don't want it. It don't need to go the whole length. Let me pop this up. Yeah, I'm not liking that. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not liking it. I am not liking it. So it still needs more power and it still needs more speed, I think. Maybe more power, but maybe less speed. I think it's really just the image, because the image is gonna be really hard to print for it to really show up. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit cancel, and then we're just gonna choose a different image. Okay, we're gonna choose a different image, and let's go ahead and delete this guy. And we're gonna run, let's make this smaller. Okay, and we're gonna engrave a new one. So let me grab another image, another one of the elephants, and because we got enough time left in the stream tonight, hopefully we can get something successfully done. All right, so let's go and find. I do like this one. I think this is the one we're going to go with. I like this elephant right here. Now, of course, this is massive, so let me go ahead and make that smaller. And let's see how much of it we can fit into our work area. All right, that's pretty close to the square. We're going to bring it in just a little bit so it won't say that it's over the edge. Right about there. All right, so I think this is what we're going to go with, Renee. Let me hit our adjustments. Let's do the enhance. No, let's cancel that. I'm not paying for an enhancement. Let's just go here and let me do it the regular way. Let's bring up the sharpness and let's adjust our saturation a little bit. Let's bring that up. Brightness, we can bring that up just a touch as well. Okay, and on our contrast, let's see what we're getting. Let's just play with the contrast here real quick to see. Yeah, I like that right about there. Maybe a little bit more, okay? And the tint is fine, the grayscale is fine. Let's see what that'll look like. Okay. So this does need to be inverted. There's no doubt about that. So we're going to invert this, and I'm going to run it. The laser is being lazy. I know, right? I know, right? The laser's being lazy. All right, so we're gonna just hold on. Let me switch back over to the desktop so you guys see what I'm talking about. I thought you were watching. My bad. My bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape the plastic off of this guy if I can. Man, I don't have no nails, y'all. So I don't have no nails, and it's hard to get this plastic. Hold on. Good thing Richard's not here, because he'd be trying to make a blooper because I can't get this plastic. All right, let's go back over and set everything up again. I need to move a few things because some stuff is in my way and it is blocking my progress. All right. So we're going to run this. Should we run it as a test? Yeah, let's run it as a test. Okay, let's run it as a test first. So let's make it much, much smaller. And I'm going to make it much smaller. Maybe we can put it right about there. And let's adjust our power. I'm going to bring that power up real high. And I'm going to bring the speed up to accommodate it. About 125-ish, 90% power. All right, so let's frame this guy up and see where it's falling at on this laser. All right, let's pull it down just a little bit. Right about there, over just a little bit. All right, let's try that one more time. And we're just going to make it just big enough so we can run the test. Okay, that needs to go up a smidgen. Right about there. All right, one more time, one more time, one more time. One more again. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. Let's just go ahead and run it. So we're going to run it as a small test. I set the power much higher, so I'm going to go ahead and process it. just to see what this is going to look like. So give me a second here, guys. Renee, what did you make for dinner tonight, or did you order out, or what was the dinner plan for tonight? Let us know. All right, so we're ready to get started. I'm going to hit the start button right here and start over here. Let's let that guy run. Now, it doesn't have to run the full engraving. I just want to see what it's going to look like, see if it's going to look any better. It is inverted, so we're good to go there. All right, so let's grab our next item. Mentioned many times before, this is a very compact option for something like a Rodecaster or Rode Duo or something like that, and it's not going to break the bank. You're only talking about $79. You can connect a XLR microphone to this. You can connect an instrument to this. You do have phantom power. It has battery powered, so it has internal batteries. You have a little power button right here that you can press to turn this guy on. You guys see we have our lights. You can plug in USB-C for charging this. You have an additional USB-C, which is a UVC, which allows you to connect this to things like the Osbot Talent, a YOLO box, a MacBook, a PC, whatever it is. And you can connect a set of headphones to this. You can monitor your audio like I do, and you can connect a variety of different things to it as well, including another phone. So if you want to do a phone, call in podcast style or something like that, you could do that. You have all of your gain knobs right here for adjusting the gain for the instrument as far as your microphone. You even have a de-esser. You have a voice enhancement button right here. Voice removal button, I'm sorry, my bad. And then you also have an effect mode here for your guitar that you can kind of toggle through right here as well. So again, $79, guys, for this little guy. Travel friendly. It's gonna, pair up well with something like the Osbot Talent or YOLO box or MacBook or PC, whatever the case is gonna be. If we're ever in a situation again where, Renee, you know what I'm saying, where maybe you're doing, online teaching or something like that, having something like this where you can connect a full-size microphone, a high-quality microphone to it is a win, guys. It's a win. And again, like I said, it's not going to break the bank. All right, what do we got next? All right, what do we got next? All right, so let me show you guys what we got next. So now I am going to go ahead and pause. I'm going to go ahead and pause our engraving because I'm going to show you guys where we are right now, because we're going to just grab another piece of metal because I'm metal rich tonight. So let me show you guys what it looks like so far. This looks really good. I don't know how well you guys are going to see it, but I'm going to try to show it to you. Whoops, wrong one. All right, let me see if I can show it to you guys. You see how good that's coming out? See how good that's coming out? All right, so I think that's the power that we need to engrave this the right way. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get a fresh piece of the metal. I guess I could use this one and just paint the back of it, and then, or it would go in a frame or something and nobody would ever notice that, there was something on the back of it. So yeah, we could do that just so we don't waste another piece of metal. Let's just run it on this and then see what we get. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel, and we're going to reset this up, and then we're going to run it one more time. So let me take you guys back over to the desktop. I'm going to get this guy set up, and we're going to get ready to run it. All right. So first things first, let's grab the elephant and just push it off to the side here. We're going to come back over here, and I'm going to delete this marking. So we're going to delete the marking, and we're going to create a new one. So we're going to create a new one so we know exactly where our piece of metal is, and there won't be any problems. All right, so let me position this a little bit better. All right, so hold on. There is number one. And move it to number two. I can tell you guys already, the stream will be long over before this is completed. So yeah, I'll show you guys what this looks like later on the stream. All right, so here's our work area right here. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit better. There we go. All right, so let's grab our elephant and we're gonna bring it in here and resize it. So we're gonna size it up now to about there. That is too big, but I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it as soon as my mouse stop acting up. Okay, so it is too wide. So let's go in here and crop this real quick. So we're gonna bring these sides in just a little bit. And let's do the same on this side, just a little bit. And let's hit save. Now let's go back and see if we can stretch it all the way out and make it fit perfectly. All right, there we go. That looks pretty good to me. I could also put an outline around it. So let's see if we can put a hot line around this. Let's bring that in pretty tight like that. So it has like a little border around it. And let's hit confirm on that. So both of those are going to be the same amount of power. 75% power. We're going to bring the speed up to about 120. And we're going to bring that power up to about 80 something. Let's see what we set the other power at. So let's go back here and check this power. So it was 91 and 130. 91 and 130. Let's go back. So we're going to set this also at 91 and 130. So 91 and 131, something like that. Okay, so we're good to go. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and frame it up to see where this is going to fall. Let me go ahead and switch over so you guys can see what's happening here. All right, let's hit that framing button. I'm still thinking that's a little crooked. All right, let's see if we can adjust it just a touch. All right, let's try framing it one more time. Hit that framing button. Like I said, this is going to take a long time. I tell y'all right now, it's going to take a long time. All right. We need to nudge it just a little bit. All right, let's try one more time. Yeah, I'm not liking that because it's still not lining up right. So let me fix that real quick. So it's still not lining up right. So let me see if I can get this as close to the edge as possible. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. Let's go back. Okay, let's grab both of those together. And now let's see if I can drag them out to the edge, to the very, very edge. I might have to turn off that line layer. Hold on. I might have to turn this one off. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, let's just delete that. We don't need that. Okay. So this should be right on the line right about there. All right, so let's frame it up. Let's see what we get. Let's switch back. Let's hit our framing button. too much. I moved it too much. See it now. I just need to move this slightly down and not shift it. Okay, last time, hopefully. Still doing it. Still just too far over. I'm just trying to make sure it's not going to have that crazy edge on the side where it's just one side with nothing on it. So that's what we're trying to fix. All right, so I see what I'm going to have to do. I'm just going to have to make the whole thing smaller. So let me grab our little elephant. And we're going to try to center it. Let's grab our alignment. All right, let's align it to the center. Oops. This is not working. It does not want to act right. All right, and that's just what we're going to run it. We're just going to run it. However it looks, it looks. I'm running out of time. I got to finish this stream. Okay, so let's go ahead and frame this up one more time. And I got to make dinner, y'all. I got stuff to do. All right, let's run it. All right, that's as close as we're going to get. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's run it. Let's run it. Let's hit complete, and now let's hit process. All right, so the laser is ready to get started. Wait on it to process, and then I can switch over to the next item we have listed in the carousel. So let's go ahead and hit start. Let's hit start. And let me hit that start button. Boom, there we go. Okay, this is going to take 34 minutes. 34 minutes. We'll see how we do. We'll see how we do. All right, so the next item in the carousel, I should be able to show you guys pretty easily here. You guys can probably see I have a number of green screens right here in the studio blocking, separating my studio space from my living room. So we have 2 green screens and we have this black screen back here. That's what I'm using as a solid background for my shoppable videos, for my little demo videos, all of that kind of stuff. Renee, if you weren't here earlier, this is that little mini laser I was talking about earlier today. This is the longer Ray 5 mini laser. This thing is so tiny, so cute. So I haven't had a chance to really engrave anything with it. I'll probably test that tomorrow and put something on our social media, you know, on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. Let you guys check it out. But anyway, back to this backdrop. You guys can see here, this goes up pretty high. Now this is collapsible. It folds up into like a little silo. And you could use these also for movie projection, or again, of course, if you want to do green screening, you want to have like a virtual background or something, you know, obviously you could use one of these green screens. Now the black one here that you guys see that I use every day is currently $219.99. Now one of the lights that I use with this to light the background is actually that light that you see right back there. Now this one has a kind of a barn door honeycomb grid that you can put on it. It does not come with the little legs, the little tripod that I have it connected to, but you know, this is what I use a lot of times, just to throw some light on the background. So let me adjust this up and turn this light off. And now you guys can kind of see back there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that light on so you guys can see what this looks like. All right. Now you should be able to see the blue light back there. And that's how I would normally set this up for like a little scene. If I was going to be engraving something, if I was going to be shooting like a product video and I wanted to have just a little bit of light back there, that's the light right here that I normally use. Now, for those who are just getting started, and especially if you're going to be doing some product videos or something like that, this is an amazing light. It's a bicolor light. It is an RGB light. That is the beautiful A2 Pro, full color, guys, full color spectrum, and it's only $89. $89. All right, let me see here. Let me go and check our comments, making sure I'm not missing anyone's comments here. Hold on, y'all. I think your comments are not on, so let me switch those comments on. There is Hope Standridge. She's saying, how is everyone? Renee is here. Terry's here. Bible Man NC is here. Where is he at? Why don't I see him on here? Hold on. Where is he? I don't see him on the chat. Oh, he's over on TikTok. My bad. He's on TikTok. All right. So anyway, that's the light. So we're going to go ahead and build out a scene real quick. So I'm going to show you guys one more product that I use a lot here in the stream or here in the studio. And that is this little handheld fog machine. Now, this right now, guys, you can get for $129, which is a great, great price for what you're going to get. It comes with 2 separate heads. It comes with a travel case. Let me go ahead and turn this guy on so you guys can see. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, I'm just making sure Richard's not here. Okay, Richard's not here? Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and power this guy on. So this is going to be great for doing things like, you know, the dry ice effect or any type of fog effect, putting haze in the background. Like I said, it comes with 2 different heads, but I like the dry ice. That's one of the ones I use the most. Let me clear some things off of this desk real quick. Hold on. Just so I can free up some space, and I'll show you guys exactly how I use this. All right. So let me tilt this camera down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So if I was setting up a stage or a scene like I normally do, you know, during the daytime, and I want to add a little fog right here on the deck or something like that, all I have to do is press this little button, check this out, and I can just start laying fog down all around the product. You know, this is going to be a cool little effect for Halloween, any kind of stuff like that. So you guys see how easy it is to use a product like this. $129. It may sound like, you know, an expense, guys, but I'm telling you, if you're doing a lot of product videos, if you're doing a lot of shoppable videos, things like that, you know, being able to do an effect like this in your own home office or studio, guys, this is amazing that we have this type of technology at our fingertips today. This used to be stuff that was only for the big studios, the expensive, you know, $1 million studios. Now, you know, us little guys can do the same type of things. So this is definitely a win. Now, the next item in the carousel is another budget item that was sent out to me. That is this little light you guys see here. Now, this is basically a studio flashlight with a snoot. It comes with a ton of these little gobos. Let me show you guys what these gobos look like. I'm just going to lay them out here on top of the laser, but you guys can see. Oops, I'm just dropping them everywhere. So you get a lot of these different type of little gobos here that, you know, creates different lighting effects. So that comes in super handy. I got a couple of them down here on the desk. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick how I would set this up as well. So let me go ahead and adjust this camera up for a second just so you guys can see kind of back there in that area. And let me get it around here. There we go. Okay. First, let me pick these gobos up off this floor so I don't run over them. All right, so here is the little flashlight. It has one little power button right here on the side. Just gonna press and hold it, turn it on. You get this little green light right here, and then you're gonna rotate this really fast and it'll turn the light on so you guys can kind of see what the lighting effect looks like. So you know, you have a variety of different lighting effects you can come up with using these different little gobos, right? So I can mix this now back here with the other light and use that as, you know, part of my background lighting, you know, just to give it a little bit more dimension or something like that. And this is a very inexpensive light, guys. This is only, I'm gonna go ahead and set that guy down. That light is only $52, okay? $52. It's very portable. It comes with a little travel case. It has quarter 20s all around it. You have one on the back, you have one on either side. You could easily attach it to something like I have here, this little telescoping little tripod here. So you got a lot of flexibility when it comes to this guy. So definitely check these out. All right, so what do we got next? Next item in the carousel. For some of my travel-friendly people, let me show you guys this because we do have to unbox it. All right, so we got a new item here in the carousel. You guys have probably seen me talk about these before. Basically what these are headphones that also do language translation, okay? So I had probably about 5 or 10 different ones I've talked about over the years, even little small handheld devices that do basically the same thing. And yes, I know, Renee, before you say it, yes, I know my iPhone can do the same thing, your Android phone can do the same thing, but the convenience of this is you can actually wear these like headphones, take phone calls, listen to music, and instantly in real time translate, you know, most languages in real time. And the investment is only, what is that? Is that 69? Yeah, $69.99 for these guys. Let me give you guys a close-up on these. I haven't even opened the box yet, but I want you guys to see what they look like. So they look like, you know, your traditional over-the-ear, somewhat in-the-ear headphones. It comes with a little charging case, and of course, like I said, it also has the ability to do the language translation. Okay, so pretty much everything right here in this one little box. This is going to be great for anybody that's going on a trip, or, you know, maybe you encounter a bunch of people that speak different languages. This is a win, guys, and it's a great price for what you're going to get. All right, so what else do we have? So, you know, y'all already know I'm about that bass. I'm about that bass in your face, baby. It's about that
bass, 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 bass in your face.
That's right, that's right. Let me show you guys something else cool here. Y'all saw this, yeah, I already showed y'all this little telescope, this little tripod. If I didn't show it to you, I'll demo it on our next stream, showing you some of the cool things you can do with this little phone tripod. All right, so let me grab this little guy right here. Now, I just highlighted the speaker, but this is the hard case that the speaker comes in. And I know you're looking at this case going, Ron, that looks like one of them Pelican cases. Kind of, sort of, kind of, yeah. But inside, you're gonna find the main event, which is this little guy right here. And I remember when I first got this thing, guys, I was so amazed when I picked this up in my hot little hands and I felt the weight of the metal. This thing is all metal, built like a little tank. I'm telling you, it is the real deal. It is the real deal. Let's take a quick look at it up close. Check this out. Check this out. This is all metal, guys. It's got a nice little built-in, like a little light on here. You have your USB-C for charging it. It's got that, you know, that old school look about it, like something from like World War II or something like that. One of those old military Jeeps. You know what I'm saying? It's got a nice little lanyard holder on here, little rubber feet. And this thing has some bass, my babies.
It has that bass. It put that
Renee bass in your face.
That's right, $74.99, $74.99. This is a great conversation starter. This is a great little portable speaker to have with you. Hang this guy off of your backpack. I'm telling you guys, I am not joking. This thing is heavy enough that you could actually use this as a self-defense device. I'm telling you, if you clocked a bear with this, the bear would probably run up a tree. Okay, that's all I can say on Amazon, but y'all know what I'm saying. This thing could definitely get something up off of you. So definitely check that out, maybe for that purpose as well. But yeah, really nice design, all metal. Love, love, love this. $74.99. Check it out. Make sure you guys, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. And of course, you are more than welcome to go check out the product page. And if for some reason the product page and what I've said so far is not enough information for you, feel free to drop your questions down in the comments on whatever platform you might be on. I got you, my babies. I got you. I probably know the answer. If I don't, I probably know somebody that kind of casually knows someone that may possibly know the answer. Okay? That's as far as I can go with it. Okay? That's like 5 generations removed or something like that. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All right, what else we got? We got one more speaker. Where'd it go? Where did the speaker go? Oh my goodness, the speaker's in the living room. So we're not even gonna worry about that. We're gonna go ahead and skip that speaker. That's a Soundcore speaker I was about to show you guys, but I have to go way in the living room to go get it. So I'm not gonna go get the speaker. I'll show you guys that on the next stream. You know, I've talked about that multiple times. Let's go ahead and talk about this little drone right here. So this is not my first drone. It's not my second, third, or fourth drone, but this is still one of my favorite drones from Hover X1. This is the Hover X1 little drone here. This is a foldable flying camera. It does have a ground sensor. It does not have a gimbal like one of my professional drones. It has a bunch of little modes that you can turn on and off right here at the top. So to power this guy, now the bundle that I received did come with 2 batteries and a charger. So you can get this with the 2 batteries and the charger. Let's go ahead and just power this guy on real quick. Just press and hold, give it a few seconds and it will turn on. You'll probably hear it over the microphone. It'll switch on here in a second. There we go. All right, it's in hover mode, baby. So we about to put this thing up in the air. We about to put it up in the air. Let me back up a little bit. I gotta back up. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that button. Boom, it's gonna take off. 30 seconds hover. Here we go now. Boom, just like that, baby, just like that. There you go, it's in the air, all right? It's in the air. All right, there's our little drone flying right here. I can put my hand over it, around it, whatever. So this is gonna be a great little vacation drone, you know, adventure drone. And then when you're ready to land this guy, you put your hand down like that and it'll land right in your palm. Now it's got a low battery, so it was about to land on its own, but you guys get the idea. This is a wonderful little foldable compact drone. So if you're just looking for a small, easy to travel with drone, this could be exactly what you're looking for. All right, let's take a peek over here at our laser and see how that is going right now. It is doing a great job from what I can see. Let me move some of these gobos out of the way. See if you guys can see down there. Yes, it's doing a great job, guys. It's doing a great job. It's going to take a little while longer to finish that up, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. Let me go ahead and power this little laser off. This little camera off. Pass the drone. The drone is off. All right, what do we have next? All right, so the next item in the carousel is my more commercial drone, and that is from DJI also. That is this guy right here. This is the DJI Air 3S. This can travel up to about 60 miles an hour. It can record 4K video up to 60 frames a second, slow motion video up to 120 frames a second. It's got a ton of different tracking modes. It also has, high quality photo and video capabilities. It's got 2 built-in lenses, one 70 millimeter lens, and also one 24 millimeter lens with a 1-inch sensor. Now, I did receive the Fly More combo, which comes with the RC2 controller, and it also comes with, let me grab them. You also receive the charging case with the 3 batteries. And trust me, if you're going to be out there flying all day, all weekend, or something like that, Alan knows what I'm talking about. You can definitely use these batteries up, my babies. And what's cool about this smart charger, when you run those batteries down and they're saying, 20% or 15%, you can put all 3 of the batteries back into the case, and what they'll do is they will charge up the battery with the most power, so they'll leach all of the other power off of the other batteries so that you can get maybe one more flight, because you're at a festival, a storytelling festival, a comedy festival, a concert, and you just need one more flight. Alan knows what I'm talking about. So yes, having the Fly More combo, guys, is a win. It's a win. All right. All right, let's see what we got left. We are 825. We only got one item left in the carousel. All right, so our elephant is doing really, really well. I think it's going to turn out great. As soon as this is finished, after I make dinner and everything, my babies, I will post some photos over on Facebook, over on Instagram, and I'll probably throw something over on YouTube as well. So you guys will definitely see what this looks like. You know, I be trying to create for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is, this project was for someone requesting it earlier, and I wanted to try and facilitate that during this stream, and here we go. All right, we got one thing left in the carousel, and that is these drawstring backpacks. Check it out. All right, my babies. So you guys already know. If you know, you know. You know why I always promote these drawstring backpacks at the end of every single stream. It's because this is a great opportunity, a great way to share your love, to shine your light on your community by helping out the homeless community, helping out the women's shelters, the family shelters, the pet shelters, whatever you can do. Maybe just throw some things together and give it to the elderly couple down the street or whatever it is. Just be a good human. Y'all know how we do, because the good we do in the world will encourage others to do the same, and it just becomes like a ripple effect. It's like throwing a pebble in the pond and it just ripples out. Do good, be a good human. Y'all know what I'm saying. Pay it forward. But you can get these backpacks right here on Amazon, guys, for as little as $11.99. Now, what we do with them is that we, purchase a lot of items right here on Amazon: toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, Band-Aids, pens, pencils, underwear, socks, toilet paper, anything we can fit in one of those backpacks that we think somebody might be able to benefit from and possibly could not afford at the moment because they're down and out, but they will get back up, babies, because we're going to encourage them to keep getting back up, because that is the sign of a hero. No matter how many times you get knocked down, it's all about how many times you get back up. That's what's important. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Time for me to say them magic words. Y'all already know. You know what I'm about to say. Especially y'all that's been around for a hot minute. Now, when I say a hot minute, I mean the last 3.5+ years. Some people longer than that have known this crazy person. Renee has known me over 15 crazy years. Hope has known me over 25 crazy years. And I really feel sorry for them. I honestly do. From the bottom of my heart, I feel sorry for them, because they have had me around them that long. So I know they are probably on the edge. They're on the edge. They're like, I can't take it no more. But y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. What are you doing, Smokey? All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something in the world each and every single day. What did I say? What did I say? Be a good human. Pay it forward. And say that as your mantra every day, every night, every opportunity you get. Even if you don't say it out loud, say it to yourself. Whenever you encounter something that is stressful, you just say to yourself, I'm a good human. I'm a good person. I'm going to do good. I'm going to encourage others to do good. I'm going to make it happen in this world. Y'all know what I'm saying. Get out there and do it. That's all I got for you tonight. You know I love y'all. You know this. You know this, man. But I gotta go make dinner. I gotta go feed the dog. I gotta go feed the Rome. I gotta keep my eyes on the laser so we don't have no accidents, because y'all know lasers can be dangerous, okay? So keep your eyeballs on the laser. Don't be wandering off, and then come back and go, ooh, how I put that big old hole in the desk. I don't know. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to design around the hole in the desk. We'll just call it a drop-through desk. Alan knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, my babies, it's time for me to go and make some dinner. I'll see y'all right back here on Saturday night. Right back here, Saturday night. If you guys are not already following my man Alan the Bay over on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, hanging out in front of his work spot, just hang out there. What you doing, Alan? Hey, bro, what you got for lunch over there? Could I get one of them chips? Could I get one of them? Ooh, he almost bit me. Alan is a little aggressive when it comes to the chips, y'all. And y'all don't even want to see what happens when y'all try to take a cookie. Woo! You don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke. Anyway, and I'm the same way. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I throw them hands over some cookies, okay? I will throw them hands over some apple pie and some cookies. Ooh, you don't want that smoke, okay? So stay to yourself, keep your hands off my plate, and we don't have no drama, okay? But I don't mind sharing if you need. That's what I'm here for. Y'all know how we do. All right, my babies, it's time for me to say them magic words. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out, boom, boom, boom. I am out of here. Love y'all, but I gots to go. I'm out.